G'day legendary adventurers, welcome back to World of Dylcraft. So today we're doing Unholy Infusion for Shadowmourne. So we've got to go to Professor Putricide and we have a little mechanic that we've got to do to upgrade Shadowmourne with Unholy Infusion. So with that, let's just get straight into it. So what we got to do is just the typical, you go through, run straight to the end until you get to Lord Marrow something, sorry I missed his name, but pretty much the Marrow guard, that's him. The very one, then we go up to the ramp, we kill this lich. When you kill Lady Death Whisper, a elevator will drop down. I know I'm going over this, but just in case, you know, cover all bases. Once the elevator is down, you jump on the elevator, you take it up. When you get up, you go left if you're Alliance, right if you go Horde, and you're going to your faction's airship. Once you get to your faction airship, you talk to the leader, you hop on a cannon, then you do the mechanic for this boss fight. Once that's done, you talk to Moradin or Salfang. If you're Horde, you kill the Salfang Death Knight. You go through on the left side where the abomination is. We're going to go in there because that's where Mr. Putricide is. So we go left, we kill this abomination boss. Once you kill him, you'll use these valves here. This will activate the gas for the door, or to unlock the boss door anyway. So once that's activated, then we go to the opposite side. We kill the second other abomination boss. Once that, you go for the middle, you'll get trapped with a bunch of bugs. Once you get to the number of bugs that you need, you will then use your AoE or anything. Just, you got to kill enough bugs and that will open the gate. Now, once you're in there, what you want to do is get Hand of Reckoning, you know, your taunt spell. It's going to taunt him. Once you get some puddles going, you want to drink this potion here that is working on wolf facing. This will turn you into a mutation abomination. Get that wraps out there. Anyway, we're going to eat up the goo. And once you start eating up the goo, the right side next to the red arrow, sorry, you see that starts to go up. We need to get that to 100%. Obviously, it resets if you die, which means if your mutation dies, that's fine. You just drink the potion, start again. Once you get to 100, you hit 4, which will shadow infuse your Shadowmourne, and now with that, you'll just get that little buff in the top right window. Once you have that icon, you kill him. Quest done. So now we have to go all the way back to Darian Morgraine and Light's Hammer. And unfortunately, this is where my solo guide's going to end. I do apologize. The reason was with the new states of changes they made Blizzard, the solo guide that I did before doesn't work anymore. You can't actually do it with one account. You're going to need buddies, so you're going to have to organize a small group to do it. So unfortunately, if you can get blood infusion sorted with a buddy, you can go back to being solo, but at this stage, there's no physical way to do it because when I went to test it after this one, what happened was my character died between Alt F4 because he couldn't drink quick enough. Like, I couldn't get someone to drink quick enough. And then when I did swap to my alt characters, the boss encounter hasn't even started yet, so they're not even in sync, so you can't actually do the solo anymore, which I'm annoyed about because that sucks, you know. But anyway, I do hope this one's been helpful, so thank you for the support, and this is where Shadowmourne solo guide will die unless I can work out a workaround to do this purely on your own. But anyway, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Kakya.